Joining me now to discuss this is the Executive Director, Virtual Teachers Connect Nigeria, Abiola Adebajo. Abiola, it's good to have you join me right now.
Thank you very much.
Now, the concept of teaching, in fact, the act of teaching generally, not so many people would like to go into teaching because they feel maybe it's not the profession where you get to buy all the big cars and all of that. But talk to us about the law for teaching in the first place before we even go into the concept of teaching either Chinese nationals or having an employment.
Okay, the teaching profession is actually something that I call it blessed. You know, it's something that we should encourage people to go into. You know, we should actually foster, you know, people actually making sure to make that industry thrive very well. It's something that you know, where would you be today if you hadn't been taught by someone? You know,
but the point is, I used to have a teacher who says that teachers are called because it's a profession that you have you need to have passion for doing it and all of that. But let's come into the issue of virtual teaching. And what is that all about?
Okay, now you know very well that people study online now.
Even degrees and
yes,
all that.
Yes, it's the world has gone global. It's a digital village now. You know, so we should actually make sure that people are realizing that there is actually, you know, a very fantastic line of career in that, you know, in that sphere. Okay. Now, now a lot of people in the world, our counterparts out there, young people are actually doing this, right? They are actually teaching online, and they're making good money.
How does it work? Because the point there is, if I want to connect with you, maybe on Skype or maybe through whatever, any of this, is it the issue of, okay, you call some persons and they're at the other side and then, you know, you put the camera and then
it's actually as good as Skype. It's like Skype.
Okay.
Now you are seeing the person you're teaching. You know, you have this, we have
the earpiece?
The headset, we call it headset.
Oh, okay.
You know, you can talk to the person freely. You know, you actually have a teacher's notes on your system that you're looking at, that you're actually teaching with, you know. So it's very simple.
All right.
It's nothing
So it's a virtual classroom where you have students there and all of that. Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you very much for coming on the program this morning, Abiola. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Joining me now to discuss this is the Executive Director, Virtual Teachers Connect Nigeria, Abiola Adebajo. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
So it's a virtual thing or a virtual mode now that you're teaching. So you get to teach English to Chinese without leaving the country. Tell us more about this.
Now, without leaving the shores of your country, you can actually teach English to Chinese people. You'd agree with me, you know already that a lot of people are actually leaving the country to actually take on that job in China. It's actually a golden job that they pay them very well. But the good news now is that you don't have to leave the shores of your country now.
So how do you target the youth?
Okay, now we actually partner with e-learning platforms over there. They have millions of their people. You would be amazed at the number of people that are trying to learn to speak English over there, probably because of what they do. They produce for a lot of people around the world. They are like the world's leading manufacturing hub now, we all know that, and a whole lot of them, their economy is actually industrial based. So a whole lot of them are having to actually learn to speak English because they do business with a lot of English-speaking countries. So the language barrier is something they are really trying hard to take out. And we are taking advantage of the fact to actually get our young people to get on that job without having to even leave the country. They can actually teach within the comfort of their home.
So what do they need to do, the youth? Now, I take it now, the bulk of the work now, it begins from Nigeria now. So what do the youth need to do to join the initiative?
Okay, now, luckily, we're working with a platform where we are not required to have all sort of certification or qualification. All you need is you can speak good English and you can use the computer. then you just need the
What
training.
about training? Okay,
yes,
tell us about the training process.
So now
then.
we are the Virtual Teachers Connect Nigeria. We are actually training young people to actually get on this job. We are like an institute and then an agency at the same time. We are actually, training, and we've done like 150 people now, and then we're planning to do at least 5,000 before the end of the year.
Oh, all right. Well, we wish you the best of luck in this Virtual Teachers Connect initiative. Abiola Adebajo there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Joining me to discuss this is the Executive Director, Virtual Teachers Connect Nigeria, Abiola Adebajo. Abiola, it's good to have you join me right now.
Thank you, Mike.
Now, this has been a trend where a lot of people are jumping on this opportunity as a way of getting employment opportunity. But talk to us about the standardization and qualification of those who are getting into teaching people, and not just Nigerians now, but teaching other nationals, especially Chinese.
Okay, for different platforms, because we have different e-learning platforms where you can actually teach online. For different platforms, there are different required qualifications. But a particular one that we are using, that we are partnering with, does not require so much qualifications. All they want is
when you say so much qualification, what is the benchmark? What are the parameters to say, okay, you qualify, no, you don't qualify?
Okay, no, now if you can speak good English and you can use the computer, it is actually enough for the platform that we are working with. Now they actually do English proficiency test as part of
the criteria.
Yes. While we're doing the training, they actually conduct this test, just to be sure that, okay, you're good enough. And that's it.
All right. But there are a lot of people who can speak English, but don't know how to teach the English they speak.
Yes.
And then there's also the difference between speaking and the concept of reading and writing. Yes. So how do you differentiate?
Well,
ascertain all of these?
That's why we are actually into this training. We actually intensively train young people to get on this job. I bet you just need this training to get on the job.
So what has been the response so far from the Chinese end? How many Chinese are getting on this
platform? Okay, now the particular platform that we're working with has well over 5 million of them registered.
5 million Chinese?
Yes.
Whoa.
On that platform.
That's a lot of money now.
No, not just students.
Okay.
We have professionals there. We have technicians. We have artisans. We have students, of course. We even have children.
All right. So how much does each student of a Chinese student who wants to, how much do they pay?
Okay, now I think they pay about an equivalent of $5. Thereabout per
subject? Oh, sorry.
No, per session.
Okay, session. Okay.
Yeah, because
so
a session is 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hear their government even subsidize. They help to actually subsidize and put a lot of people on that platform, on different platforms, to actually learn to speak English.
All right. So when it comes to because the moment you begin to get involved with it's about Nigeria now, not just Abiola or anybody. It's about Nigeria and China.
Yes.
So whatever you do and how you do it also rubs off on the rest of us who don't even know what's going on as Nigerians and all of that. How do you ascertain that these things, you put Nigeria in the good light of ensuring that those who are getting on board actually live by the standards? Okay,
right now they pay $2 to the teachers in Nigeria.
Okay.
Per session. Meanwhile, they actually pay other countries more, right? In South Africa, it's even more. It's even more than double.
Why's there difference?
Well, we don't understand. We don't know. But we are actually making moves. They are saying that, okay, if you can get maybe 2,000, on board before the end of the year, we can now sit on the table and say, okay, can you increase this? We are actually planning on negotiating better for Nigeria. Yeah, but right now we are making, do with what we have.
What is the role of the Ministry of Education in all of? How does this virtual thing fit into the Ministry of Education and whatever? Because it's like creating a new industry, exporting the knowledge base of Nigerians to Chinese.
Well, we started talking to government functionaries to actually support what we're doing, because we see this as social investments, actually, where we are actually helping to get a lot of people off the job-seeking market. And the response has been a little slow, but I'm sure we are getting there.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Abiola Adebajo, for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
We wish you well.
Yeah. Thank